All right, fellas, I'm out here in the garage this morning, and well, I'll tell you what, it's a really windy day outside. The sun's kind of shining, but man, is it windy out there. I got my tree up out in the garage. Let me show you all my tree. What do you think of my tree? Let me get a better look at it here. Right there, maybe. That's my Charlie Brown tree. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Well, let me take you over here to the computer. I got something I want to show you. I was looking around on the old interweb, and I come across these pictures. And that is a 1951 Henry J Sedan Delivery. Now, I don't think Kaiser actually made a Sedan Delivery, a one-to-one, but I'll tell you what, that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? And this is off of Jimmy Flintstone site. That's a resin body. And man, that looks really cool. And you know, a few weeks back, I got a Revell 51 Henry J in, you know, gasser kit. And I got to thinking about what I was going to do with it, and I come across these pictures here, and I thought, oh boy, that looks pretty cool. Now, I've built the Revell kit once before, but I wanted to put a little twist on this one, so I got to looking at this Jimmy Flintstone body, and the more I looked at that Sedan Delivery, the more I liked it. So guess what, fellas? Yep, I bought myself one. So give me a minute here. We're going to go over to the workbench, and I'm going to show you what we got. Hang on, fellas. All right, guys, let's get over here and let's take a look at this. Look at what we got here. That's the kit that I got in on a trade. And I want to show you, see the number down here, right down at the very bottom, 85 45 14. That's the kit that on the Jimmy Flintstone site they refer you to swap parts from this kit to their resin body. Now, we all know that's a 2021 release, and the one that they're referring to is a 2006 release. And I think the only difference in them was the decals or a change in the box or whatever. The kits are all the same, so it should be pretty good. But I started doing I haven't cut any of the flash or anything off this yet, and I'll show you here in a minute. I'll pull that hood off. But that's the hood from the Revell kit, and it doesn't quite fit all that great. It's pretty wide and long, so it's going to take some modifications. And I also took the pan and did a trial fit on that, and this whole rear section is, well, it's going to have to be a lot of that cut off of there, and a lot of this shape to fit up into the back of this. So as far as things fitting from one kit to this resin body, well, for me anyway, it's going to be a little bit of a chore. I got to do a lot of work, but man, it looks pretty cool. Now, looking at that body, the body actually looks a little small. It says on Jimmy Flintstone's website that it's a 1/25th scale, but boy, it's smaller. You know, size of the doors and things seems to be a lot smaller. And that's probably why the hood is a little bit too big and too long. But that body just looks a little bit on the long side. But that's gonna look killer though. That looks cool. Well, I'll tell you what, these trim pieces here, the bright work, that stuff is really standing out proud. So it should take that bare metal foil really good. Now, here's the slicks and the bologna rinds for the front that come out of the Revell kit. And you know, if you remember the pictures I just showed you over on the computer, they actually had some white walls on theirs, and I pulled out some white walls with some different wheels, and yeah, they look cool. But you know what, I think I'm gonna go with the gasser. I just think it's gonna look so cool. Let me get it up here. From the Iceman, I've got this big block engine that I could put in there. Man, that looks killer. Wouldn't that look cool sticking out of the hood? And y'all know, if anybody's bought any of these engines from the Iceman, they are just killer. The detail and everything on them are really super nice. But that's an option I could use. I've got some other engines over here. I've got a Ford engine sitting there, and I think there's a Chevy engine in that bag, and I've got a few options I could do. But boy, I'll tell you what, I'm really leaning towards that big block engine right there. That would look pretty cool. But that is way down the road just yet. Kind of checking things out and looking things over. And let me pull this hood off of here. And this is how this resin body comes. See all the flashes on here? It's got to be all cleaned up, which is no biggie. But as far as the body, I mean, it looks clean. I don't see any pinholes or anything. Inside is really rough. It's going to take a lot of sanding. But I really like the detail on it. It looks really, really good. Really slick body. I think it's just killer looking. Yeah. I haven't even figured out a color for my 41 Chevy pickup yet, and I'm looking at this and trying to think of a color. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with this on color. That's just it's way too early in the game, fellas. But just thought I'd show this to you guys, and this is gonna be I don't know if this is gonna be my next build up on the bench. I'm really digging it, but I'll tell you what, it's coming up pretty soon. So all right, fellas, let me show you something else here. Jimmy Flintstone, their resin bottles. This came in the box, and basically it's telling you how to clean and gluing the parts, and you know, what kind of glue to use, what kind of paint, and how to. They even talk about a little bit about some of the pewter kits. I didn't see those on their sites. Of course, I wasn't looking for them, but they give you a lot of information on their kits and how to deal with them. So that's pretty cool. All right, fellas, I think that's going to be about it. I don't have anything else to tell you about this. Just thought I'd show you what's going to be coming up on the bench sometime down the road, and it might be sooner than later. All right, I'm done. Get me out of here.